Good afternoon and welcome to another Tab York Live. I'm Elliot Rich and I'm delighted to be joined today by my special guest, Dr. Peter Campbell. Good afternoon, Peter.
Good afternoon, Elliot. Thank you for the invitation. It's great to be on Tab York Live with you and chatting to the Tab York community. So thank you very much. Great to be here.
Absolutely. We're addressing the whole of the York business community today. Dr. Peter Campbell is the official title. He is a doctor, so we're going to be absolutely getting some great advice today. Peter is one of the co-founders of Life Without Limits, and today we're going to be talking about lifestyle medicine and understanding more of why it's going to be the future of health. Perhaps to start with, Peter, you can tell us a little bit more about Life Without Limits.
Of course, Elliot, yes. I guess at Life Without Limits, we are essentially all about supporting and guiding people on their personal journey to better health, whatever that might mean for them. We're a husband and wife team. Nikki and I have built on our extensive careers within the NHS, adding to that learning and expertise in nutrition, health coaching and lifestyle medicine. So essentially, we are just simply passionate about helping people have more energy, joy, vitality, balance, better health in their lives.
That's super. Thank you. And of course, I know you're doing some fantastic work all around the region with yourself and Nikki. So we look forward to hearing more about that. So we are here to talk today about lifestyle medicine. And the first question I'd like to put to you for this broadcast is to help us understand what is lifestyle medicine.
So I think it's a term that people may not be familiar with, Elliot. But lifestyle medicine is all about focusing on using changes in lifestyle habits to, and we're talking about things like our eating patterns, our sleep and rest recovery, our stress management, our movement and exercise levels, those sorts of things, using those as a way not just to treat and to manage chronic disease, but also to reverse and even prevent them. And we're talking about physical diseases, whether that be obesity, heart disease, diabetes, which are increasingly common, but even mental ill health too. I think lifestyle medicine is very much about getting to the root cause, or at least attempting to get to the root cause of somebody's health issues, and really putting the individual at the heart of the decision making and the journey and the whole process of improving their health, making them an active partner really in their health journey. And not surprisingly, it's becoming increasingly popular both within medicine and health professionals, but also obviously within the public as well.
Great. Okay, that's helped us to understand a little bit more about lifestyle medicine, but the follow-up question really is why has it suddenly become relevant right now?
Well, I think one of the things for me, there's probably a couple of reasons really, but the pandemic over this last year has been a challenge for all of us in varying different degrees, and we're all coming out of it a little bit battered and bruised. One of the things, a couple of things that is highlighted, I think, for most people is how important their health is to them, but it's also highlighted and shone a spotlight, I think, on the link between chronic disease and our immune system. We now know, and most people are aware, that unfortunately those individuals with diseases such as obesity and diabetes are more prone to a severe form of COVID. And there's even evidence emerging now that they may be less well protected from the vaccine. So our chronic disease presence is having a real impact. And I think this is a real opportunity for us within the health profession, the wider health community, to raise that profile and almost take that next step to say, well, if there's a link between immune health and chronic disease, then actually recognize that there's a link between lifestyle, those unconscious lifestyle habits that we've fallen into, and developing chronic disease, and therefore the impact that that has on immunity and your future health, and our ability therefore not just to cope with chronic disease, but actually to manage the acute illnesses that come along our way. I think the second thing that makes it so relevant at the moment is that there is for a long time, or has been for a long time, this misconception by many people that illness and health are just two sides of the same coin, that you're either ill or you're healthy. And if you're not ill, not seeing a doctor, not on medication, don't have a diagnosis, if you're not ill, you must therefore be healthy. And therefore, if you're healthy, your health habits and your lifestyle must be healthy also. And in reality, of course, life is a spectrum, and most of us are in this grey area in the middle, where we have daily symptoms, digestive issues, skin problems, muscular aches and pains, those types of things. And we just take them for normal. We just take them for granted. We assume it's part of life. And what we're seeing and what we're trying to emphasize is that those things, those symptoms are actually warning signs, that it's our body telling us that we're out of kilter, we're out of balance, we're not in flow, we're not in a state of ease. And of course, if we're not in a state of ease, we will then very shortly at some point become diseased. And that's when you get the diagnosis, and that's when you get the hospital medical treatment. So absolutely, it is about recognizing that lifestyle medicine, lifestyle change is all about not just your future health, which can be something that's a bit difficult to grasp hold of, but it's also about how you're feeling right now and dealing with your day-to-day symptoms right now. And I get a real sense that there is a definite appetite. I genuinely believe there's a real appetite amongst both health professionals to hear that message, but also amongst the public who not only want to hear it, but are also wanting to take action and reach out to the rights and getting the right level of support and guidance and advice that can help them navigate what is often a confusing healthcare landscape in terms of advice, to help them make the changes that are going to be really important to them now and in the future.
Peter, thank you. I think to have a doctor with us today to articulate such a complex issue, but to actually put it into perspective is so important right now. And I think that's why we're talking, why is this relevant right now? And in our own lives, we do spend time. Many of us go to the expense and the time to get personal trainers or financial advice through accountants and financial advisors, business coaches and mentors like myself, or other types of support to take us to our most improved level. Yet health is so important. The work that yourself and Nikki are doing is really so fantastic and relevant right now. And we should spend more time to think about ourselves and not look at others and what they eat or how they live their life, because we are absolutely individual. And that's why I think your support, and I would encourage people to talk to you, to seek out those levels of improvements, because that's why we go and have coaching and support and advice, because we need that accountability. We need that continuous support to take us forward. And I hope that people are very encouraged by what you've been talking about today.
Well, we are always open to have a conversation with people, and exactly that. One size doesn't fit all. We're very much about individualizing our care, and it's not just elite athletes who deserve to have a coach in their corner rooting for them. We all deserve to have somebody helping us thrive, not just survive.
I couldn't agree more. Fantastic topic today. Thank you so much, Peter, Dr. Peter Campbell, for joining us from Life Without Limits. So thank you, Peter, for joining us.
It's been my pleasure, Elliot. Thank you again for the invitation. Always happy to talk about a passion of mine, which is lifestyle medicine and helping people generally be fitter and healthier. So yes, thank you. And thank you to all the people who are listening across York and beyond.
Thank you. Well, that's all we have time for, but we will be back as always with another Tab York Live in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be joined by a very familiar face from the York business community. Michelle Mook from Pro Development will be here on the 22nd of June. So please look out for the link that will be coming through on LinkedIn. Until then, have yourself a super week. Thank you once again, Peter, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks, Elliot. Bye,
All
everybody.
the best. Bye-bye now.